Beautiful beings of the universe, welcome to now. As long as you're thinking that you're not going to progress on your path, and as long as you are yourself a blocker to the things that you want to do with your life, nobody is going to come up and raise a problem with you. That means as long as you keep yourself low, everybody around is going to clap for you. Everybody around is not going to have any sort of a problem with you. But the moment you start taking steps towards improving your own self, towards doing the things that is important in your life, that's the time when you will see all of the demons come out of the nooks and corners of their wherever places they are from. And that you'll see at your workplace, that you will see at the grocery store, that you'll see even in parks, at gym. And such people are just coming out of their way so that they can detour you. And the reason is that it just irritates their demons. Like, why are you trying to improve your own self? Like, I'm just being comfortable doing nothing here. And then they get into a competition zone with you. They all come together and scream and just laugh at you. Ha 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 ha, what do you think is that wicked laugh for? That wicked laugh is only by the weak, only by the dumb ones. I've never seen a sharp person who is creative, who is genius, who is intellectual laugh at others. So if you find yourself in a situation where people are trying to bring you down just because you are trying to work on yourself, this is just my plea and my suggestion as I experience these things almost every day in my life to never give up. And this never giving up is not because you want to show them who you are, it's because you have a calling in your lifetime. And you as a chosen one are not only raising yourself, you're also raising the vibration of millions of people around. So of course there will be demons and there are also angels. There are people who support you. There are people who hate you. You've got both these things, duality, right? So you should not stop. You might feel that as a chosen one, when you are trying to improve your, even at your workplace, while you are trying to give some suggestions, that's just being straight out outcasted. Or you might even have been fired from your job so many times. It's not because you are dumb, it's because you are super sharp. It's because your ideas is a clear threat to the others because you do your study well, you do every single thing with meticulous calculations, you come to the table with the points, whereas others, they just want to blabber. They just want to blabber 1,000 words in a minute just to confuse you. And when you ask questions, slow down. What did you mean? What are you trying to say? They do not have an answer. So they start to control you. They start to manipulate you. That is the narcissistic behavior. And then people at gym, all of those weak ones, they come together and they laugh at you just so that they can distract you. Just because they're scared of your power, that how come you are so much centered? How come you are doing everything so perfectly? While here, I'm just trying to fool around. I'm just here to disturb you. Why are they following you at your timings? Why are they following you wherever you go? Just to break you down. They are trying to, but the funny thing is they do not know what you are made of. Your spirit is straight from the creator. Your spirit is made out of the divine powers. And the more they try to test you, the brighter you're going to shine. Because you're like that gold, which when put in fire, shines brighter. So nothing can actually detour you. You might feel the setback, you might feel hurt, because as a chosen one, you are sensitive, you are very emotional, you are a sensitive being. And I know that as a sensitive person, it feels a lot of immense heavy feelings around when you feel, why are they doing like this? But then there comes a threshold in all of the chosen ones' life when they stop giving a damn about anything. And they are so much centered and focused about what they want to do that they do not, they just become unstoppable basically. So if this is you watching this video, I'm telling you, this is the truth. And in fact, all of the videos that I'm speaking about is just the experience out of my life. And of course, I do have great teachers whom I've read and studied through Vedanta, through Advaita, like Nisargadatta Maharaj. And clearly, after reading that book, that was the greatest eye opener for me, the greatest eye opener I ever had. And all of these great teachers, these sages, your truly life tends to define the meaning because once you know the truth, and you can just see through the bullshit of the world. And then you and the funny thing is the world will try to manipulate you and try to define you in certain ways that they think is right. However, it does not affect you. It does not affect anything at all to you, because at that point you now you know that in this entire gameplay of duality, of the yin yang energies at play, the good and the bad, the dark and the light forces, and that is how the entire universe is playing out, because this is a leela. And the lord, the creator, he created this whole illusion so that the game can go on. And once you're aware of the I am presence, you do not get caught up by these funny little things, because it's just too childish now when people with such energies try to come and try to contract you into something who you're not. Because you know as your existence that you're actually nothing, and nothing can actually hurt another nothing, because you know you're nothing, that I am is nothing. And the same way is the case for all the other beings. So you do not see others like how you used to before. You stop seeing people as he's my enemy and he's my friend. Of course, in the gameplay, you do operate out of that energy because you are a character in this play, just like how they are the characters. But you do not seem to get so much entangled anymore, because you know who you are. You know who they are. And this is funny. And so many times you might just find yourself laughing at all of this gameplay that's going on. And the only thing is, when you forget about the truth, about who you are, about the I am, about who is actually creating all of this gameplay, this whole juice of life that you see, and to which you are so much involved, you are so much attracted to. You want to experience only the goods, and all the bad ones who tend to challenge you, you just want to get rid of them. You do not want to see any of them, their ugly faces, their ugly expressions, their everything about their energy is just too ugly. You just want to get rid of them. And why is that? Because at that point, you are here in this gameplay, and there's no way that you can just escape out of it. So as long as you are in this body form, you would have to experience all of that. And then there are also certain reactions. To be able to see things through the light of awareness as a witness state does not mean that the reaction would not happen. So naturally, when somebody is challenging you at workplace or anywhere outside, grocery store or gym or in the park, I have had experiences like that in the park as well, right? So just see to it, like how people are so jealous of you. Their demons just cannot even handle your existence, your presence, that they just let out anyway just to test you. Like, are you truly that? Are you really that peaceful being? Are you truly who you're saying? And if that is true, that goes as a huge shock to them. But well, there you are, because you are who you are. And there's no way that you want to prove yourself to others. You need not prove anything to anyone. You need not have a certain sort of achievements in your bag to brag about your existence. Like, look, I'm more aware than you. You need to do nothing. You just need to be silent. And only you need to express as and when the nature of existence tells you what you need to do. So if you're in a meeting, and many times you might find yourself that probably silence is the best answer, because if you go about questioning one thing, it's in turn going to lead into 10 other different multiple things. Or sometimes you might find yourself that, no, I do think that at this point in time I need to speak out. And even though that might lead into a really turmoil situation, but you don't care. You don't care because at that point you might feel that this is truly urgent. And the reason why you say that is not just for you. This in turn is also for the other person, because they are getting to learn from you. So in this gameplay of the yin and yang, both the parties learn from each other. So the light person also learns from the darkness, because a person of light has got a holistic approach. They have got a bigger, they are basically visionaries. And the person from the dark side, they are more about the detail oriented. So they have, like, if you give them a task, they can do things very well. They can be more organized about that. So that is the thing, that a person of light learns from the person of dark, and the person of the darkness learns this bigger uh, 360-degree view picture that they can learn from the person of light, who are more of a visionary. So in turn, that's why in the yin yang, in the white there is a dot, the eye of black, and in the black there is a dot of white. And that's how both of them need each other. So if you want to live in a world where there is no darkness, of course that's impossible. This is Kali Yuga, and Kali Yuga means both of these have to coexist together. But anyway, as a chosen one, you are definitely going to find all of these weird situations. But that's not just for you. This thing everybody is facing through in this world. Everybody is having their own challenges, and everybody is navigating their challenges into their own ways, the best way that they can handle. However, when you feel that a situation or a time wherein you think this is getting too much and you need to decide, because you are the CEO of your life and you hire and fire accordingly. If a place, situation, set of people you're working with does not fit you, it's your job, and you are totally free to move out, to change, to replace, to go and try different things, because nobody's going to stop you from doing that. However, if you do have people and around you at workplace or at family who are too much narcissistic and who do not understand what you're trying to communicate, and try to manipulate and turn it around and twist it around in different ways, that doesn't help you. And that's going to lead into a conversation which is going to hit a dead end pretty soon. So the best way is to avoid that path. And the better way is to work on your own self. I know that there is no end to this work. This is a never ending thing, because once you have achieved that plane that you wanted to be in, there are going to be next layers. It's just like educating yourself through school, only at an older age. So like a small child who's taken into school, once they have passed their initial classes, then they keep advancing, and there is no end to it till they do it to the higher secondary school, and then there's college, and then there is this midlife you enter into, and then the older life, and then till you die. But when you die, this body dies. You are not dying, because you is actually the force within this body, the energy. Because you see, when in the deep sleep state, you dream and you remember the dream. So you are not this body. It's just this avatar that we take into this body and form. And the more woke you are, the more aware you are of this fact, of this truth, the life around you does not seem to hold that much drama and magic. Of course, you do face challenges. Your body still feels weak. You still feel the pain. You still feel the hate of the people. You still feel people who are envious of you. You still feel the bad vibes. You still get angry. But then the thing is that it does not linger for too long. The thing is that it loses its value after a while. Because why? Because then you come back to yourself like, why am I getting entangled again? And then the way out is the way in. So you go back to yourself, to your center, I am. Just the pure essence of I am. At that point, whatever you can see, feel, think, perceive, imagine, all of that is not you. So even if you imagined an alien moving through in Saturn, or just some strange body out of space, that too, you know that you are there sitting here, and in your mind you are imagining these things. Any of your imagination is not you. Any of the people that you think, that you see, even your own body, your own hands, your two hands are the two tools that makes you play instrument, guitar, piano, saxophone, trumpet, mouth organ, whatever. I'm telling from an instance as a musician, or whatever thing that you want to do, working on your laptop, or things like that. So you know that your two hands are the two tools. Your two legs are two tools. Your entire body is a tool given for you, but you are not this body, because it's you which directs the body to to do this and to do that. It's you which tells your mind, I need to go and brush my teeth. It's you. And who's that you? Who's that I which is actually telling us to do all of these things? And what is that I which gets diluted, right? Because if you're aware of your truth, of your power, you can manifest anything. But the thing is that we are so much deluded. Like I wanted I wanted to create some poetry, and in my mind there was too many options. And then you also get so much confused about which one should I take. And then the next thought comes in and it says, but that has already been spoken too many times. But that is just chewing the chewed, because see, rest of the philosophers have already spoken about it, so who's going to listen? But then another thought came to my mind, like, should I just write because I want another ear to listen to my poetry, or should I just write because the being wants to express itself? And maybe that poetry I write uh, may or may not be liked by others. But if it's in my experience and I have the joy while writing about it, while expressing that, and if that can make me happy in the now, I'll do that. So I wrote the poetry. And many times you will see that whatever thing you create, you just need to bring all of your presence to whatever thing that you are creating, even if it's a food that you are making. Because if you're too rushed up and your mind tells you, and you do watch yourself, like even while you're cooking something, you will see that sometimes your mind is not at ease and it just wants to rush. So while you're trying to chop the vegetables, your mind is into next thing, like how should I make the gravy, how can I make it tastier than last time, and do I have enough ingredients, or am I missing out? But my food does not taste so well, so it's so much better that I buy a ready-made gravy and then I use that. And all of these things, and mine is just too much rushed up. You just want to get past it. You just want that the food be ready. And you don't want to give it half an hour, 40 minutes. You want it done in 5 minutes. And the problem with rushing is you are just missing out on everything in life because you want to rush from morning till night, and then the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day, and there's no end to that. You are constantly rushing through. You want more, you want more, you want more, you want more. It's an infinite chase, and you never slow down, and you never see to what you already have. Because we are so much told by the world that you do not have this and you do not have that. And the thing is that you're just never going to be enough if you want to prove and get validation from others. But if you can slow down, at least you will have a lot of peace. And I think that is what is most essential. Peace is like a clean state of paper. It's like a clean, plain sheet of paper. Yeah. So on a clean paper, on a clean canvas, you can draw something. But the noise of the world, noise of the society, which tells you, who do you think you are? Like, who are you? You're not beautiful like me, because look, I have done so much makeup and my hair is like this and I spend so much on my clothing. And who are you? You are so average. You are just nothing. For example, or somebody might think that I've got so much money. You are so average. Who do you think you are? And you need not explain nothing to no one. If somebody thinks that they are very fancy, let them assume so. If somebody thinks they are very happy with being so rich, that's very good for them. But that in no means and state means that you need to do things only because the society expects you to do. Do something that you think is essential for you. It's not about them, it's about your choices and it's about your truth. It's about living the life that you want to live. And not in order to just make yourself shut them out. Because at that point, you're never going to stop anybody from saying anything. No matter what you do, no matter what you have, no matter how much achievements you have, there are always going to be haters around who are going to nullify your existence, who basically don't want you to be. So creating a requirement out of that, it might sound fascinating initially when you feel that, oh, somebody hates me, now let me better get back up and show you who I am. Let me just show you, right? At that point in time, maybe that charge is there. But that charge would eventually fade away. You can use that energy to create something. But you will soon see that that force of energy starts to gradually slow down and then it eventually fades out. So then you're left with what? Then you're left just with yourself. And at that point in time, you just get to see what is it that I truly want. Because what if there was no hate in the world outside? What if this society outside was not questioning you? Like, who are you? What are you doing? Why are you here? Whatever. Whatever questions that they might have for you. So, for a moment, imagine that you're in a retreat and there's nobody, just no one, no society, no one, just you. And what is it that you want to do at that point into your life? Because if you say, I don't want to do anything, I just want some peace, I just want to sleep. Well, I've tried that also. How long can you sleep? You can't sleep 24 hours. At the max, you can sleep 13 hours, maybe 14 hours. But if you just sleep to escape yourself, I've tried that also, so I can talk about that. If you just think you can escape yourself and so that you do not have to find answers, that is also not going to work. So you will be brought about at the point wherein you just want to see what is it that I truly want. And then there are needs, there are requirements, like you need to take care of your health, you need to cook food for yourself and do things and whatever. But then the thing is that you also want to see what I want to create. And that creativity might be anything. It might be a painting, or it might be a poetry, or it might be whatever thing that is important and valuable to you. And that creation might be nothing to others, but to you it means a lot. And that is what my whole point is. It's not about who's laughing at you and who's talking whatever about you, because clearly people who do that, they are way, way, way far deluded from their own selves. So it's like blind leading the blind. And you do not want to be taking any of the feedback from the blinds. You let them be whatever they do. But your job as an awakened chosen one is to see what is it that you want to create. It's to see what is it that you want to do in your life. And that might mean lots of alone time. That might means a lot of solitude, and you should be okay with that. You should be absolutely okay with being absolutely by yourself, so that there's no distraction from the rest of the world, because it's so irritating. Like, once you have chosen this path, it's so irritating when you see ignorant people just coming around and gossiping around you, literally just to take away your peace. Like, whatever you have to do, just stay there at the corner, stay away from me and do whatever shit, do not bother me. But no, they want to come to you because they want to take away your peace. They want to make them you also garbage, just like who they are. But you know, you do not want to be like them. You just want to improve your own self. You just want to be the best version of who you are. So that means, coming back to our point about working on your own self, means to clearly see that there is so much of gap that you have been avoiding, that you have been procrastinating because you are scared of the fear of failure, that, oh, if I do this I might fail again, and I've already failed so many times in the past. So how do I get past that? And though I hate to say this, there's no other way, but we need to do that work. Like, I do not want to go to gym. I know I have to do the same boring things, and I do not see any special result even in my health. Like, I do not see any special weight gain. I've been the same. And then the mind tells you it's just getting nowhere. So let's better go out and do some shopping, or just watch videos online. That is so much entertaining. But then you also see, like, if you're just sitting, you cannot keep on sitting for too long. And then your body feels it just wants to move. It just wants to do some exercise. So then you go out. But typically, when you form into a routine that every day you have to go and lift weights, there's a lot of resistance in the mind. You don't want to do that. And especially because there are too many people around. Like, probably if I had a gym at my home, then I think probably, yeah, that is a good solution. Then you do not have to face so many people outside. But then you cannot also escape people from each and every place. Like, at workplace you would have to meet people, or you would need to go outside for grocery shopping or for whatever. So you do tend to meet people outside. And If you're an introvert, you do not want to meet people. And and precisely it's because of the vibe. It's not that you are an introvert, it's just that you can sense the energies of the people. As a chosen one, you know who is what without them having to say a word. You know what sort of vibe they are emitting, and you are very sensitive, you get affected. So so all these subtle things that we might want to tweak in our lives so that uh, we can make the best out of a given environment. Because to look for a good environment is difficult, because no environment is perfect. It's our job to make it to the best of our usage, utilization, basically. So if that means you need to change certain stuffs, then by all means use that. So in short, that's what I wanted to say in this video. Though it's not truly short, but yeah, I'll end this for now. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.